Two questions, my friends. I am fully vaccinated. What about you? I am fully vaccinated. What next? These were the two questions I had on my mind. 53% of the world's population has received at least one dose of COVID 19 vaccine. 8 billion doses have been administered globally, and 27 million doses are being given every day. In India, fully vaccinated 30%, received at least one dose 70%, doses administered 1.16 billion doses or 101.6 crores. Less than 12 months after the beginning of the COVID 19 pandemic, several research teams rose to the challenge and developed vaccines that protect us from COVID 19. India began administration of the COVID 19 vaccines on 16 January 2021. As of 20 November 2021, India had administered over 1.16 billion doses overall. People around the world have spent the past year trying to dodge a deadly virus. An unknown virus brought the whole world to its knees. True, Corona was on rampage. Entire societies in which too many people will admit no responsibility and feel no remorse for the harm they cause to others. The COVID protocol of masks, physical distancing, and group gatherings were a matter of personal choice with no commitment to public good. Patriotism has always been associated with honesty and hard work at the cost of personal safety. It has been associated with armed forces and police who sacrifice their lives for us. Now it is also associated with doctors, nurses, and paramedics, many of whom were suddenly saddled with unfathomable tasks compounded by increased risk of contamination and death they never signed up for. Hello friends, I am Dr. Prabhudev, former Director, Jayadeva Institute of Cardiology, former Vice Chancellor, Bangalore University, former Chairman, Karnataka State Health Commission. Now let us look at the possibility of an imminent third wave of Corona. Is it coming or not? My short answer is probably not. In America, UK, France, Germany and Russia, third and even fourth waves have been reported. There have been a series of wrong predictions made by the eminent government experts. The ICMR had said that it will be in August and later said it will be in October. But nothing happened. None of the predictions came true. In fact, it triggered an unnecessary panic among the people. Even the scientists of Indian Institute of Technology, Hyderabad and Kanpur had predicted a third wave in October from their mathematical modeling. A section of experts said that the third wave will affect children and younger people more. No, it didn't happen till now. Now, one report which submitted to the Prime Minister's office had claimed that India will witness a caseload of 6 lakh cases per day during the third wave. Thank God, it didn't happen. The third wave of corona disease is probably not coming. But the worshipful mayor of Mumbai said that it is not coming, it is here. Later she backtracked from a statement and said it's at our doorsteps. Meanwhile, daily confirmed COVID cases in India have been steadily decreasing over the past months from about 40,000 a day to about 10,000 per day now. India's recovery stands at 98.26%. Coronavirus vaccines are a miracle of science. With all of this and the clock ticking on the global pandemic killing people by the second, it turns out we can do amazing things. The vaccine trials have been nothing short of a miracle. Vaccines saves lives. Fear endangers lives. Vaccine hesitancy is dangerous, but there is no vaccine for stupidity. Now, how do the vaccines protect? The traditional vaccines introduce fragments of virus protein into the body for it to learn to recognize and attack the infection. The corona vaccines, however, use something called as messenger RNA or mRNA to give the body a blueprint to manufacture its own virus fragments to attack. Necessity is the mother of invention. Sequencing all the genes in a person or a virus is so routine today that nobody bats an eyelid. Safety has not been compromised in the development of vaccines. All trials have been through the correct phases or processes of any normal drug or vaccine. Today there has not been deaths associated with COVID vaccines and only a handful of potentially serious events. The few deaths that have been reported to the comorbid conditions like heart ailments, strokes and cancers, and not to the vaccine. The COVID vaccines are a triumph of collaboration of global pharma companies. Vaccines from Moderna of Massachusetts and BioNTech of Germany have led the way and were able to design and deliver highly effective vaccines so quickly in few months. This is not to downplay the challenges still ahead. Vaccines will only be used if their benefits clearly outweigh the risks. Now there are so many doubts and questions in everybody's mind. I am making an effort to answer some of them. If your doubts are cleared, if your questions are answered, and let go vaccine hesitancy among those who have not received the vaccine, I feel it's worth the effort. After an arduous year of disease, death and lockdowns and sheltering in place, the public heaved a sigh of relief and celebrated the vaccination. Vaccination is the only way to end once in a lifetime pandemic. When the announcement of the availability of vaccines for the COVID, we saw a range of emotions, relief, delight and even elation. But for some others, there were other emotions in play. There was concern, fear and even anger. Many have adopted a wait and watch strategy. They are concerned about the side effects and adverse events following the immunization. Remember that COVID infections have fallen sharply since last year due to the massive vaccination program that was launched in March 2020. Vaccines are a triumph of hope and life over fear. It's a triumph of science over pathology. Now let us understand in detail about vaccines. Now first, are the vaccines safe? Short answer is yes, they are safe. The next question would be, after I get COVID-19 vaccine, is it safe to visit persons with friends and family? Yes, you can safely visit in person with friends and family. If you are in an area with high number of new COVID cases, it is recommended to wear a mask indoors and in public. The next question would be, do we need a booster shot? Now, let us briefly understand how the booster vaccines work. When the immune system first encounters a vaccine, it activates two important types of white blood cells. First are the plasma B cells, which primarily focus on making the antibodies against the antigens. But this cell type is short-lived. Your body might be swimming in antibodies within just a few weeks of the introduction of antigens. This is often followed by a rapid decline due to the short lifespan of these cells. Then we have the memory cells or the memory T cells, each of which is specifically tailored to identify a particular pathogen and kill it. These memory T cells linger in the body for decades until they stumble upon the target antigen. The immunity can sometimes be a lifetime. The booster dose is a way of re-exposing the body to the antigens, the molecules and the pathogens that trigger the immune system. Booster shot has been the hot topic recently, but frankly, first and foremost priority is 2 doses for all. Full universal immunization is the top priority. Next comes the booster. The need for annual booster is not yet clear. Some biology and policy questions need to be answered. On the biology side, we must know how much of antigenic evolution will we see with the coronavirus and to what extent will it evolve to evade our immune system. They need answers. Next question would be, if we need boosters, when do we need it? Many countries have indeed started the booster dose already. But WHO has endorsed the idea that the ideal time for the booster is 6 months after the second injection of the vaccine. Next question is Covishield vaccine the same as the vaccine that has been given in UK by AstraZeneca? Yes. Covishield vaccine, manufactured by the Serum Institute of India, is based on the same patent technology as is that of UK's AstraZeneca vaccine. Now, after both doses of vaccine, how long does it take for the immune response to take place? The corona vaccines that we have are of two-dose vaccines. After the first dose, we see a good immune response within about 2 weeks. And it's really the second dose that then the boosts the immune response, and we see immunity get even stronger after the second dose. We don't know yet how long the immunity lasts from the vaccines. The next question we have, after both doses of vaccine, can we still get corona disease? The short answer is yes. You can get corona disease even after both doses of vaccination. Even fully vaccinated people should get tested 3 to 5 days after coming into close contact with a COVID infected person, even if they don't have symptoms. If you are somebody in your household tests positive, that should trigger an exposure investigation. The vaccine definitely provides you protection against the COVID-19. We have seen a number of cases where people, even after both doses, have suffered COVID. It may be due to the mutated strains of coronavirus. After both doses, there is 93% chance of not landing in the hospital with COVID, even when this Delta variant is predominant. But when the reinfection occurs, the infection is often mild and rarely of moderate severity. It is rarely fatal. It may not even require assisted ventilation. Now, after both doses of vaccine, can one still transmit the infection to others? Again, the short answer is yes. You can still transmit the corona infection to others even after 2 doses of vaccines. Now, we have an important question here. After both doses of vaccine, why does one need to continue with the COVID protocols? The answer is, we are dealing with a novel coronavirus. We are still learning about the virus as well as the response to vaccines. In India, the COVID is on the downside. We hope there may not be a third wave. There is still a broad transmission in many countries. We have seen third and even fourth waves of COVID in Europe, USA, China and Moscow. Active infections anywhere is a threat to everywhere in this globalized world. The vaccines are doing their job at preventing the disease. I am proud that India has saved the world from disastrous consequences of corona disease by providing vaccines not only for domestic use but also for global use. But you must not forget that some age groups like children are yet to be vaccinated all over the world. Those who have not received the vaccines are vulnerable for COVID. Next question would be, why there is vaccine hesitancy? The short answer is ignorance. Second reason, obduracy, that corona did not infect me, so why bother about a vaccine? This attitude. Count your blessings that you are not infected in the 2 waves, but be sure the blessing is not lifetime. You are a sitting duck for the coronavirus anytime. In the beginning, the program, there was vaccine hesitancy even amongst doctors, nurses and even frontline warriors. Initially, there was safety and efficacy concerns. Concerns about the speed of COVID-19 vaccine development and about transparent clinical trials. It was difficult for many to believe that a vaccine could be developed within a year of the start of the pandemic. Many think one needs at least 5 years to develop a vaccine. We need to educate the public about the mRNA vaccines or mRNA vaccine technology, which is going to revolutionize the vaccine production in the years to come. Vaccine hesitancy has become a leading global health threat. They are quite large in numbers. In India, the vaccination is voluntary. Now, these are the reasons why we have to continue the precautions, especially the masking, the physical distancing, the hand washing, and not gathering in big groups. Now, how long do we continue these COVID protocols? Let me be clear. First goal is universal vaccination. We have to look at scientifically the booster dose vaccination. We may need annual corona vaccine shots. The coronavirus has become endemic. Probably we have to learn to live with the coronavirus. There will be clusters of infections in different regions. It may not be virulent. It can make you sick but not kill you. Now, how soon can I travel after having both COVID vaccines? Fully vaccinated people can travel domestically without the need of COVID-19 tests or quarantining. All countries do not have equal access to vaccines, making international travel risky for those traveling those traveling abroad and for unvaccinated communities. Domestic travel is safer than international travel at this point of time. Different countries have different policies about the air travel. Now, what's the way forward? Learn to live with the virus. Learning to live with it does not mean complacency. Pandemic exit strategies are often ill-considered and unstructured. Accept that the virus has become endemic. Accept that vaccination is critical. Accept the corona has become endemic. Accept that the boosters will be a routine vaccine program. We have created a perfect storm for diseases from wildlife to spill over into humans and spread quickly around the world. I hope I have answered all your questions and cleared all your doubts. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.